Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's podcast.
Welcome, you guys. I'm JC,
And I'm Olivia.
and we're the Midwest Buzz. Dun-dun-dun. I feel like no one can ever see our cute little wall piece when
No,
we're
not
just
in
on
video.
the YouTube.
Yeah, it's in between us.
Yes. Well, welcome to another episode. Today we're talking about engagement stories.
Yes, because we are entering engagement season.
Very fun.
But before we get into that, life updates.
Oh, yes. Cole is redoing his house. I feel like I've talked about this before, but we actually spent a ton of time in there this weekend and ripped out everything in his bedroom, tore out all the things.
Yeah, painting and stuff.
Yeah, painted. We've painted now, and we were up till 1 o'clock last night putting in new floors.
Oof. How was that though? Was it
actually
hard
it
or
was kind of
satisfying?
fun?
Okay, I was gonna say sometimes if it's a puzzle, it can be.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I was just bringing him the boards, and then I would it's the self-locking stuff.
Yeah.
And it's the thinner stuff, so you can just cut it with a blade.
Oh.
You just blade it and snap it.
Yeah.
It's actually I could have probably done the room on my own.
Yeah, but does it look nice?
Yeah, it looks really good.
Awesome.
Cole cut his finger once, and I'm just a jumpy person, as you know, and I overreact about everything. And so he was like,
Rooster.
Oh, and I was like, oh my gosh, you need a Band-Aid. And I was just sitting there oh my gosh, there's blood. There's I took a picture, there was a drop of blood on the floor, and he's like, my gosh, what would happen if I cut off a limb? And I was like,
well, fair enough. That would be an overreaction, but yeah.
But no, I'd be I can't max that much. It's the same crazy reaction whether you get a paper cut or your arm has been cut off.
It's the same. It's all over dramatic, but it's the same.
Yes. So yeah, that's been kind of, I actually especially when he's help me pick out the paint or the flooring.
Yeah.
I like that stuff.
Yeah, that is fun. I would like the designing aspect. I wouldn't like necessarily the reno. Although it's very satisfying when it's done. When we did our kitchen, it was very satisfying. That we did
it. It is fun to see all the pieces come together.
Yeah.
I told him that I was yeah, and once it's all done, then I can decorate it. And he was no. And I was yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Blue.
You need help. No.
That's the best part is decorate. You got to stage it for,
Yes.
potential renters.
Right.
Sorry, Blue is going crazy because I'm pretty sure I have a package being delivered.
Ooh, what's in your package?
There's two. If it's from Amazon, it's LED pillar candles.
Oh yeah.
They put in candlesticks. I'm gonna put them in my windows.
Ooh, that'll be
It's
cute.
very old timey Christmas feels, and then some pillow covers that are Christmassy.
Nice.
Yeah, they have trees and reindeer on them. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to see it, or YouTube. Yeah, and then if it's from Walmart, I got a Christmas blanket with reindeers on it. It's tan with white reindeers. So soft. I have one with Christmas trees on it, and it's so soft. Only $9 from Walmart.
Ooh.
And then a different blanket that people say is a Barefoot Dreams blanket knockoff.
Okay.
And it's brown and white checkered print.
Ooh.
Plaid print. So
you'll have to let me know if you like that one.
Yeah.
I was trying to find a cute checkered blanket, and then I ended up buying a floral one.
That's cute too.
So didn't succeed in the checkered blanket department.
Yes. If you're wondering why we're not talking about our Thanksgivings, it's because at the time of recording this, they have not happened yet. But you are going to Williston, right?
Yeah. But wait, Thanksgiving will have already happened.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because it'll come out on Monday.
Yes. Future JC is in Williston.
How long are you guys staying?
I think we're just going to go Wednesday through Saturday.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to kind of get back so I still have some of the weekend.
Yep. Yeah, we're doing lunch with Adam's parents and then afternoon dinner with my parents. So it should be good. Grant's first Thanksgiving. I'm sure he loved it.
That's a big first.
Yeah, we'll see if we let him try anything.
I don't know. Maybe some mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I don't know. Is mashed potatoes a starch?
Yes, potatoes are very starchy. If you saw my potato party.
We're trying to avoid starch because they say they can't process it digestively until they have their molars. So.
What else is a good Thanksgiving food? Cranberries?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure I'll research.
Pack in some Thanksgiving avocado.
Yeah, he loves his avocado and banana. I'll just probably give him some of those.
That's festive. It's fine.
But anyways, Grant actually slept pretty good last night, so I feel good. But at the same time, I think I'm waking up at a weird point in my sleep cycle, because sometimes I feel so tired when I wake up, and then other times if he wakes me up and it actually is like 3 a.m., I don't feel as tired.
I suppose like depending on like your REM cycle.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's very interesting.
This is off topic. Do you want to know a fun fact?
Sure.
The average female consumes a 1/16 of a pound of lip gloss every year. You eat it from it being on your lips, like when you like drink or eat stuff.
I don't wear that much lip gloss.
And I remember being in like Wet Seal back in high school.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Do you remember they would write like weird random things up on the top of the walls?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I remember that being like one of the things they talked about. Like it was funny. And I'm like, no, you're selling us $2 lipstick that is probably so bad for us that we're ingesting.
Yeah. Ugh,
I don't know why.
To think about.
I had put just like clear gloss on this morning, and then I was eating an orange, and I was like, I'm eating so much of this. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was a fun fact at Wet Seal.
That's so funny that you remember that.
I know. I mean, I Googled the stat after.
Yeah, okay.
But I could just like remember it being on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Anyways.
Random.
Speaking
of topic.
Yeah. Speaking of. Okay. Well, actually, JC sent me a TikTok this morning, which I think is good to share. It was this lady who basically was saying like, don't feel the need to spend just because it's like shopping season.
What did she call it? End of year consumers.
Yeah. And
that's true. That is me to a T. Like,
oh, well, yeah, your birthday.
I will be so good
holiday.
About like, hey, I don't really need new clothes. I like, don't need to buy a bunch of stuff, and come about this time of year, I'm like, pew, no budget. Yeah.
And I do it especially when I'm buying for others. I'm like, oh, but to see the joy when they get this, oh, it's so worth it, whatever. Luckily I've restrained myself with Grant, because I know he is not going to remember this. He's not going to care. Like, I got him one toy that was on sale. Grant, don't be listening. But basically I think he's just gonna like the wrapping paper and the boxes and stuff. Yeah. So that's gonna be what he likes.
I saw a reel or a TikTok where it was like wrapping presents for things that my children actually want. Oh, and they were just going around the house putting bows on like random things, and like it was those door stoppers.
Oh yeah.
And like just like outlets and like.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I know.
Oh no.
I should put one on. I have greenery under my TV, like what do you call that? Whatever, it doesn't matter.
TV cabinet?
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's garland.
That's
what it's called.
Like, wait, what?
And Grant, it's like right, if he's crawling on the ground, he always goes over to it.
Oh, yeah.
And I could put a bow on that. That's your Christmas present.
I could put a bow on my snake plant for him.
Yeah.
He wanted that thing bad.
He always wants what's like, no, you can't have it. As soon as it's like, here, have this. He's like, I don't want it anymore.
Why would I want that? It's not something I can't have.
Yeah. But anyways, it was a good TikTok. Maybe we'll share it on our stories. Just a good reminder that you don't really have to spend. Your presence is enough for a lot. Your presence is a present.
Yes. It's like the uninfluencer.
Yeah, she's name? Like, I'm de-influencing you.
De-influencing, yes. She tried to get me to not buy the hairbrush, the viral hairbrush. But I bought it anyway. It was also like only like $8.
Oh, so so viral bought it? I don't have TikTok anymore.
It's like the TikTok hairbrush. It's called Unbrush. Mm-hmm. And you basically, it's like everyone does it where they're like, I'm going to brush this side of my hair and this side, and like, look at how much hair came out. And like this one, like none of the hair comes out. Oh. And it's a very light bristle. So like when you brush, you can't really pull your hair.
Oh, that's good.
So it like is supposed to be really good at like taking out knots and like not pulling your hair out, I think.
Did you find that it's working?
I mean, I just got it yesterday. Oh. And it's definitely different than the hairbrush I had, because I had a very like structured, it was like an Aveda hairbrush, so it was like very like aggressive. Like you could give yourself a scalp massage with it. Where like this one is just very lightweight, and
is it got, like wide?
The holes in the back.
I'll
show you a picture of it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's very lightweight.
Gotcha.
It's pretty cheap looking. Whoever designed it is making millions, because they probably made this thing for like 25 cents.
Seriously, I think I know. Like, I can picture it now that you said the holes in the back. Is it kind of more like a wide tooth? I mean, it's like a brush, but like a wide tooth comb with like
fat. Here, I'll just find a photo of it.
I'm pretty sure I can picture it in my mind's eye.
But yeah, because she's popped up on my TikTok a few times, and she was like, I know you have that viral like comb or brush in your cart right now. And don't do it. You don't need to have it just because everyone says. And I was like, sorry, I need it.
No, businesses are counting on TikTok making a product go viral.
Oh, yeah. I like one thing right now that will not like stop popping up on mine is that little like baby stair stepper where you just kind of like pedal. You stand on it, and it has like the arm things that like the what is it, like resistance bands.
Okay.
And like they want me to buy it bad. It used to be like 30 and now it's like 18 today special.
Can you it's $18 and you can stand on it, or you're
it's
sitting?
like a machine. Yeah, I don't know how it's so cheap. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure that
this is the hairbrush for anyone watching who does not know what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's different than I was thinking.
The unbrush.
Those holes give me kind of the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, I think it's so that they said you can like use it with a hairdryer.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know. I also don't own a hairdryer. Did you know that?
I did not know that, but I didn't for the longest time. Well, actually, I just have that brush one. That's actually really bad for your hair. It probably pulls it all out. I really don't blow dry my hair very often, though.
I sometimes think I need one, and then not
you don't.
enough to go buy one, though. I think I actually have one in my studio. I should probably just go get that.
Yeah, that's true.
But today's episode is sponsored by JCJ's sweatshirt. No, I'm just kidding.
JCJ Photography.
I do write this off, so.
I mean, it's marketing, so.
Yeah, I still need Divi to sponsor us. I've been trying to be really good about using my hair serum.
Yes, I have been too.
Okay, so basically, engagements. It is engagement season.
Yeah. Holiday season / engagement season, they're one and the same.
Yes. Cuffing season, as some might call it. I've been seeing a lot of engagements on Facebook in the last 2 weeks.
Nice.
A few inquiries with people like, I just got engaged.
Yeah.
I'm like, yay. Pick a date and then let me know.
Yeah.
Date picking is, I think, the worst part about planning a wedding.
Oh,
Not the worst part, but like can be one of the most stressful.
Yeah.
Like it's like the very beginning. Like you're on cloud 9 and then it's like slap of reality that you need to pick a date.
Yeah. And you're like, okay, but I want this photographer in this venue or whatever. Yeah.
Or like my fiance's family does this in September, so we can't do it that weekend.
Yeah.
And like there's just so many things, I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay, so according to data, the most popular engagement date is December 25th. That's shocking to me.
I know, like, but I don't know. In my mind, okay.
But you see a ton of Christmas proposals.
Yes. If the girl likes it, fine, whatever. But in my mind, it's kind of a lazy man, because do they write that off as the Christmas gift then? They're like, I want you a ring. That's your Christmas gift.
I could see some guys doing that, and then some guys like, because I've seen proposals that happen at the tree. Like it happened during gift giving.
Yep.
But then I've also seen proposals that were Christmas Day that had nothing to do with gift giving. So then I'm like, later. Oh, he probably got her a gift too.
Then fine. But also, Can
you tell Olivia is a gift giver? She's like, do not.
Yeah. I'm just the type that is like, this holiday is already its own thing.
Yeah.
Although I was telling JC this other day, like, I didn't want our engagement to be anywhere near a birthday or holiday or whatever, because I wanted it to be its own thing. We never celebrate it. Like, we don't. I know what day it is, September 28th, but
you might think about it, or
sometimes the day passes, I'm like, oh, we
got engaged. Yeah.
But it's not like your wedding.
Right.
So it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
No. I think the date would be less important to me than like how they do it.
Yeah. Yes. I'm pretty sure I've told my engagement story on here before, right?
I know it, but then I was thinking about that.
Oh yeah.
But I was like, yeah, I don't know.
No, I could tell it again if I need to, but
yeah, maybe the world will want to know. I don't know. If we have new listeners that want to know how you got engaged. Okay, it's holiday season, also known as engagement season. In the wedding world, yes, seriously. Literally the top 4 proposal dates of the... Oh my gosh, I just choked. I forgot how to swallow. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I'm not made for radio. Okay, it says... literally the top 4 proposal dates of the whole year are Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day in that respective order, with about 40% of all engagements taking place between Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day. You're in good company if you're contemplating popping the question for the holiday season engagement.
Wow. Also, the holiday season engagement sounds like a Hallmark movie.
Yes, it probably is.
Probably.
I was watching something and there was this girl and she was like a waitress in a movie that we were watching. Mm-hmm. And I was like, she looks so familiar, but I like couldn't figure out who she was. And I typed in her name. She's like in literally like hundreds of Hallmark movies. And I was like, oh, that's why. She just has a Hallmark face.
I do that so often. It's like you're watching an actually like good show and it's just a background actress. I'm like, wait, she's so familiar. Or he's so familiar, and it's Hallmark actor.
Like, Hallmark.
Anyways.
But yeah, so basically... for wedding vendors, we love engagement season. It's funny that the top time to get engaged is between that, because I feel like in the Midwest, like say you want to plan like a roughly 1 year-ish engagement, that doesn't really work well.
That's true. Because, yeah. So
in Arizona, it would work well.
Yeah.
Like that's prime wedding season.
Yeah. And like a lot of other places.
Maybe not everyone. I just always feel like 1 year is like a perfect mark of an engagement. Like you have time to, especially if you're doing like a traditional wedding, like you have time to plan a wedding. 9 months to what, 14 months?
I was going to say, I think we had 8 months.
Yeah.
We were also waiting till marriage. So sometimes that factors in and it's like.
And you had a spring wedding. Like you guys got engaged
in the fall. And
in the fall.
Wedding.
Yeah. And I think that's doable.
Yeah. It's like beginning of fall, like I said, September. So
yeah, you had plenty of time. Did we do your engagement session
October?
I was gonna say, yeah, it was in the fall. Yeah, like you still had time to like do engagement photos and not be freezing.
Yeah,
you were kind of cold though.
The venue was the hardest thing for us, not necessarily because of date, but just like church venue was actually the hardest part, like finding where to actually get married.
Yeah.
Though just did it all in one place. But anyways, we thought that we would collect you guys' engagement stories and read them for everyone to hear and enjoy.
We pulled our favorite people, you guys. Okay. So I'll start with one. It says, the week leading up to our engagement, there were so many hints dropped, but I just pretended I wasn't listening. Laugh face. Are we taking out names?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Fiance wanted to propose at the end of the dock at sunset. Had someone lined up to get photos, but I was already getting in the boat and wasn't getting the hint. And I was too stubborn to get off the boat. So he did it on the boat instead. Also, there's photo evidence I never put my ultra down the whole time. My mom was so proud of me. My sister says I'm trashy. All in all, he surprised me with both of our families there after he proposed, and it was the best thing ever. Literally everything I always told him I wanted.
Aw, that's sweet. So was it at the lake?
Must have been.
Nice.
At the lake on the boat. I think it's really sweet when guys have lined up the family to come afterwards and like kind of turn it into a little like engagement party afterwards.
Yeah, that was something Adam did too, was both of our families knew that it was happening, and then we all like went out to dinner together. Yeah. I mean, like only at the time, Makai and Levi were living here, so they were with us. But otherwise, yeah, it was fun.
That is sweet. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything at the lake is good.
Which one do you want me to read next? Or?
Do this one.
Okay.
We'll just like go every other.
Okay, we got engaged at 19. The summer my then boyfriend graduated high school. High school.
Babies.
Yeah, seriously. Sounds crazy now, but we knew what we wanted. He hired a photographer to capture the moment, and then we took our engagement pictures right after. Hey, efficient.
You know,
if you're going to hire a photographer, just...
Jesse
has mixed feelings.
Yeah. Okay. Finish the story, and then I'll put my thoughts in about
Before we even told our family and friends. I love the pics, and we just see all the excitement and love. You can just see all the excitement and love. That's pretty sweet.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like the idea of doing it because you do catch that like raw emotion, and
they're
like
just
they
like
are
giddy.
Like so just like on top of the world.
Yeah.
my fear in it would be like, do I like my outfit enough to be taking engagement photos? Because if you know you're getting engaged and you're kind of like, oh yeah, we're going to do this whole thing where like when he proposes, like we're going to do engagement photos, maybe. But I also don't like the idea of knowing. I want it to be a genuine surprise.
Yeah, I have a video if you guys want to watch my engagement on my YouTube channel. I was genuinely shocked.
Yeah.
Like, I was so shocked that I was like, the thing that I was focusing on was that my brother was there filming it, and I thought that he was supposed to be at work. I thought Adam was supposed to be at basketball practice. I was just really thrown off. Anyways.
Nothing is what it should be.
But yeah, I liked the genuine surprise.
Yeah, but that is really cute that they did photos afterwards. And kudos for a 19-year-old hiring a photographer.
Seriously, good planning.
Boy was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Next. My boyfriend proposed to me with breakfast in bed. 1 month post-op from ankle surgery. Still a little sore, so he offered to make me breakfast in bed. So sweet. I love breakfast in bed.
Yeah.
This was the first time ever, and I was so excited. I could hear him clinking around in the kitchen, but it was taking forever. I just stayed in bed, though, because breakfast in bed. I could smell French toast and sausage, so I knew that that was what it was going to be. A while later, he came into the room with a tray and a plate covered with a bowl so I couldn't see it. And he said, "You'll never guess what I made for breakfast." I knew it was going to be French toast, so I purposely was guessing wrong. He handed me the tray, I took off the lid, and there was a ring box. I instantly started crying, and he asked me to marry him. It was just the two of us in our PJs, and it was the absolute best. We kept it a secret from friends and most of family members until that afternoon. It was just the best.
Oh, that's sweet. Very intimate.
That is very sweet.
I like it.
When she said just us in our PJs, I was thinking to myself, because I like always sleep naked. This is why you should have cute pajamas, people. Don't be like me.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Also, this is one of my friends, and I just remember that day when she snapped me and she was like, "We're engaged."
Yeah.
It's always so fun to get those.
Yes.
Like, I think actually she FaceTimed me, if I remember right.
That's super fun.
Yes. I love getting those FaceTimes.
I remember the day that Lindy got engaged, we were just like, we knew it was going to happen. So we were just kind of like waiting.
Yes.
And so any like text or anything, we're like, are they engaged yet? Are they engaged yet? Yeah. It's very fun.
I think it's like nice when obviously like the guy, you know, like gets not like permission, but like, you know, at least like informs the family or like and says, but I also like do like the idea of it just being like such a surprise, because I'm terrible at keeping secrets.
Yeah.
Like if like one of my friends' prospective fiancés was like, hey, I'm going to propose to her, you know, like on this trip or on this day, I would be the worst. I would be like, how's the trip going so far? Has anything happened? Like,
oh gosh. Yeah, no, I pretty much, because so my now brother-in-law asked me like, what do you think, how do you think she would want to be proposed to, and blah blah whatever. So I was giving him advice on that, and then which he did a great job. So but also I don't live near them, so it was like easy to not talk about it.
Also, did Lindy not write in and give us her engagement story?
No, but did we, when we did that episode with her, did she talk about her engagement story?
Oh, that's true. We already had her on.
Yeah. So
she's like cool. Okay. You got the next one?
Yep. This one or which one? Got it.
Secret. We can't give names.
Yeah, we are trying to keep
Heaven
it more
forbid
anonymous.
we shared a name. We name dropped on here.
Okay, so she says, a little funny. We were out in the hills and planned to hike Harney Peak. Is that how you say it?
Oh, yep.
I have never hiked a day in my life, and we had and had just had knee surgery. Oh my. My now husband wanted his avid hiker friends to come, and I adamantly said no because I didn't want to be the slow one and wanted to enjoy the hike with him on our getaway trip. And so I threw a fit and they didn't come. Fast forward, we're hiking and my husband is a fit man, so I'm trying to keep up and I'm huffing. And if you've ever hiked Harney, there's a false summit area where you're almost to the top, and we got to there and I look at him and I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I think I've seen what I need to see. We can head back down the mountain. He's like, no way, we have to finish. And so after some disagreement, we finish and the man proposes at the top. My fingers were so fat because we brought no water, so the ring wouldn't go on, and he was going to bring his friends to take pictures of the event. Oh, no. And she's like, no. Oh, gosh.
No.
That, I feel like that
Kearney is a hike. I want to say it's close to a 3-mile hike.
After post-knee surgery, and you didn't bring water?
No water.
Jeez.
Dude, my fingers get so puffy when I just go on a, like, flat land run.
Yeah.
Not that I run a lot, but, you know, if I did.
Yeah. I feel like so often that happens, though, where it's like, I was in a bad mood or I was not having it, blah, blah, whatever. And then they propose and you're like, oh.
So many stories you hear are that way.
Yeah. Because, like, okay, my sister got engaged in Colorado, and they were hiking. It was the same kind of thing. They were like these hikers that were behind them, and Lloyd kept, like, her husband kept chatting with the people behind him, and she was like, oh my gosh, could you pay attention to me on this hike? This is like, she just like annoyed. It was a hard hike, whatever. And they get to the top, and then he proposes, and she's like, forgets about it all. But
I wasn't mad at you at all.
Yeah. And then when they got to the bottom, his family was all there, and they had like made shirts or something, I think.
Oh, cute.
Anyways.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Didn't Lindy get engaged on a hike too?
Yeah, we joke that Lindy just basically just copying Emma and Lloyd, because they got engaged on a hike, and then they went on like a mountainy honeymoon, and Emma and Lloyd had gone on a mountainy honeymoon. But
well, I mean, Emma's pretty cool. Why would we not copy her?
Right.
Your other sister said it was raining and we were outside. I don't like the rain, but I love him. And I still said yes.
Yeah. I think it was like,
that cracks me up.
I remember their engagement too. I don't think I knew it was happening. I know,
because
like,
you would have been younger, right?
Yeah. I know that like Emma knew it was happening, because Kelly came home from work, and her and Brian were supposed to go on a date, and she was like, let's just stay home. And or like, she's like, I'm just gonna tell him I don't want to, I'm just gonna stay home. And Emma's like, no, you should go, it's fun, whatever. And then she was trying to help like Kelly pick a cuter outfit and like all this kind of stuff. And they were supposed to go stargazing, but it was raining. So I remember like hearing about that she was like, let's just go home, this is stupid, why are we trying to, but they did.
Everything is stupid.
Everything is stupid. I'm tired, I want to go home. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the amount of times, like I said, that you hear the ones where it's like they were just like so crabby at each other, or like, why are you being so, like, you'll hear about like the vacation ones, and you're like, why are you being so weird about everything? Like, what does it matter if we go to this restaurant, or like, what does it matter if we aren't in the room at this time, like where they'll have people come in and set stuff up, and they're like, we just can't be in the room right now. And they're like, why are you being so controlling? And like, so fun.
Yes.
We went to With the Wind Winery with 2 of our friends. It was my idea to go, so I didn't have any suspicions at all. We were out taking photos in the vineyard, and they offered to take a photo of us. I thought it was really strange that they both had their phones out to take photos, but brushed it off because nothing happened. We then went to another side of the vineyard and took more photos, and did the same thing again. We took photos of them, and they took photos of us. By this point, I didn't want to take any more photos, so I knew something was up for them to keep offering to take photos. When I didn't ask, later I found out that Dylan really didn't like the backdrop for these 2 spots, while our friends thought that they should just try to make him propose. But he wasn't going along with it. So when one of our friends asked if he could hold my empty wine glass for me when his hands were already full, I knew something was about to happen. We walked to a prettier view of the vineyard, Dylan's POV, and he got down on one knee finally. I later found out that the ring had been hanging out in his car for a month in the jumper cable bag, because my dad told him that I would never look in there, which is the truth.
Nice. Safe hiding spot. That's funny. He was like, not a good backdrop.
Yeah. Boy knew where the good photos were.
Hey, kudos.
That is too funny.
That is
also,
funny.
yeah, the whole like when both of them are pulling out their phones thinking
like,
it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think we've all been like to some extent part of a proposal and like been like, I gotta have my phone ready, ready. Like, I lately am so mad at my camera because I don't know if it's something to do with like the 3 cameras. I'll go to take a video and it will like be in focus, and then all of a sudden it'll get fuzzy.
Oh,
And then it'll like go back into focus and it'll switch cameras.
that's annoying.
It'll like switch to the macro one. Like if I'm videoing stuff up close.
Yeah,
It's really weird.
that is weird.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, also it's funny. So the girl that wrote this in, Olivia and I
filmed their
shot her
wedding.
wedding.
Yeah.
And the jumper cable bag part was part of like the dad's speech. And it was pretty funny.
That is funny. Okay, is this the last one?
Yes.
Okay. Our engagement story is a sunset picnic. The day of, he said, "You make the food and I'll take care of the rest. Be ready to leave at 5 p.m. He was apparently very nervous, but I didn't really notice. Looking back, he barely ate, which is weird for him. The funniest part was when he realized he forgot the wine bottle opener. I said, no biggie, we don't need it. He was so insistent on digging and struggling and digging the cork out of the pocket with a pocket knife. While he said, yes, we do. We need this wine. Turns out he might have needed a little liquid courage. He did eventually get the wine open and asked me to marry him on one knee with the beautiful sunset behind us. Even if my wine did have a few bits of cork in it, it was still perfect." That's funny. Isn't it funny how nervous they get? Like, do they think that we're going to say no? I don't know. Or does they want it to be perfect?
I think it's probably like, I think everyone handles stress differently.
Yeah.
And so, like, I could see some guys being very cool and collected about it. But then also, like, yeah, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And you probably just spent a pretty penny on this ring. Like, I also feel like the amount of guys that, like, propose on vacation that are so worried about traveling with a ring.
Oh, yeah.
That would be stressful.
Yeah. So there's this YouTuber that I followed for years. They've basically been married for 7 years. They live together. They have a kid together. The second's on the way. And they just got engaged over the summer. And, but like none of his family knew. He proposed in Greece. They were on a holiday there. Ooh. They're from, England. So it's like not that far of a place to go for them. But anyways, he packed the ring. And he was talking about how that was like, he was really nervous, but none of his family knew he was going to propose. Obviously, his now fiance like didn't know he was going to propose. And he just did it where they were like back at the villa place where their child was napping. It was just them two, and he proposed there. But anyways, I'm just like, cute. That would be so stressful. But also, how did you keep it a secret from your whole entire family? Yeah. And so they came back from the beach and they were like, we're engaged, you know.
Oh, like their family was there too.
Yeah, he was on vacation with his side of his side of the family. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
That is, I could see some guys being very like, I just want to surprise everyone. Yeah. And then some being like, well, I need to like check with people and like make sure her nails are done. And
yeah. Also, my brother-in-law recently got engaged. Woo. Maybe we've said that on here. And I had no idea it was coming. Which, fine, I didn't expect to know, but it's just like, yeah. I think her parents knew and his parents knew.
Okay, yeah. And that's like...
That's fair.
Yeah. Parents know, like, make it kind of a surprise to everybody. Yeah.
But I remember getting the video, I was like, what is this video? And then I was like, what? Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. So, it was sweet. I was thinking about this. I remember finding out that my brother was engaged on Facebook. And I'm
the audacity.
I'm pretty sure my parents knew. I know my parents knew, but I was out of town. Oh. And I remember looking at my phone and being like, my brother is engaged. Like, I was just like, what? Like, I knew that it was probably coming. Like, I knew that they were like, had been together, like knew that things were good. Like, they wanted to get married, but like, I just didn't know it was coming. And I was like, what?
Nice.
You didn't ask me. Yeah. To take photos.
Yeah. You didn't want me to be a part of this?
Rude. No, just kidding. I feel like he had someone. I can't even remember. I feel like there was probably documentation. That is important if there are any men listening. I guess, though, that's not true. Some girls are not super into don't care. It. I guess know your girly girl.
Yeah. That was something that I told Noah. I was like, set up your phone to just take a video and you can grab screenshots for photos later and just like see what happens. But also 2 of my brothers were on the hike like with them hiding, and they took photos after it happened, but I'm not sure I think that they were there to take photos of it happening like sneakily while he also had the phones up. I don't know. Like I said, you can go back to the episode that we had Lindy on. I'm pretty sure she shared it there.
I got asked to shoot a proposal like in January, and it's kind of fun. Like you get to like hide out and be a little stalker. Basically.
I've seen some like reels and stuff where it's like they're on the beach and the proposal's happening and they have to like and they're like running take all the photos.
When Tom and Lakin and I were in San Diego, I was out on the beach doing photos of them, and I look up and there's a big cliff and there's these two people like out hiking, and all of a sudden he gets down on one knee. And I was like,
did you like
so I was started to take photos, and then I looked, there was a photographer out there. And I was like, boy's got it covered. He's good.
Smart.
But
that's awesome.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Like we got a pregnancy, we got an engagement.
So many things are happening.
It's a circle of life.
No, they are exciting and they are fun.
Yeah.
I feel like my phone, just because it is like engagement season.
Yeah.
And my phone has been popping up a lot of rings lately.
Oh, anything catching your eye?
I really like the big, like chunky gold ones.
I want a big rock. I want everyone to see it from far away.
I just love like the ones, like the bezeled ones that are like built into built
where it's
into
like,
it.
It's not just like one stone, it's like multiple, or
no,
just
it's like one stone like built into just like big, so it's gold flat band, kind of. I'll show you pictures.
Yeah, she'll show me.
But yeah, there's like I feel like there's some really cool ones coming out, like they're
getting more like Great Gatsby era kind of looking. I don't know,
I was even like looking randomly. My grandma was over at my house, and hers is like really cool. It's like gold, and it like comes up the sides and then kind of like grabs the diamond. I was like, that's kind of funky.
Grandma, I asked you for this plant, and I'm gonna ask you this.
Yeah, you guys, I got this massive plant from my grandma.
It's really cute. Or pretty.
I found out though it was from my great uncle's funeral.
Oh, you're like
funeral plants are like, I swear, the hardiest plants on the planet.
They thrive off of the death.
But it looks really cute, and that's all that matters.
Yeah,
so
nice.
Yes. But yeah, so if you're getting engaged this season, call Olivia and I. Yes. We would love to shoot your wedding or shoot your surprise proposal. You shouldn't know about it, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's fun I love seeing all of the, like, how people propose. I feel like being in the Midwest, there's a huge chunk of boys that always propose during harvest.
Oh, yeah.
Like one of my couples, I'll shoot their wedding this upcoming year. He was like, yeah, I always knew I had to propose to my wife during harvest. And well, last year we'd only been together for like not even a year. So I had to wait a whole nother year. And I was like, wow, you're dedicated to the harvest proposal.
That's so interesting. Why is that?
I don't know. Boys just love their combines, I guess.
And so they propose like while they're out harvesting, or just like around?
I've seen a few where like she was like coming out to like bring him lunch, and he was like, oh, here, I have to go like fix something in the corn head. Hey, can you bring me that thing? And then like she'll come around and he's like down on one knee or.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting. So then he's like, cool, we're engaged. I gotta get back to harvesting now.
Yeah. So you want to ride in the combine or not? Because I gotta work. I don't know. Country boys.
That's funny.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys. What was you going to say?
If you're engaged to a country boy, I'm sorry if that was your proposal and I just told you what it was.
It ends up happening play by play. But yes, thank you guys for sharing your engagement stories. I really enjoyed reading those.
It's fun. I hadn't, like, we left them all so they're unread. So like the ones you were reading, I hadn't read.
Yeah, we hadn't read them. Very fun. Thank you guys.
Thank you for writing in. We super appreciate you guys.
Yes.
And thank you for listening. We will be back next week. And we hope you guys are having a great engagement season.
Bye.
Bye.